Well, we filmed Shetland on the way out, so we better film it on the way back. Only this time we're coming down the east coast. There's the north end of Unst and Muckleflugger, and running down the islands. Sunshine, late in the evening now, about 8 o'clock. It's the 25th of August, Monday, the bank holiday Monday. We left Jan Mayen on the 16th, so it's taken us 9 days to get here. Had strong following winds the whole time, but we've been becalmed today, which is why we're just ghosting along. I've only just started sailing again, been becalmed for most of the day. We do have a very light breeze starting up from the north, which is forecast to end up at 4 to 5, so let's hope it does, because that would be a very good breeze to take us back to Whitehills, which is about 175 miles away, something like that. It's the 53rd day of our voyage, I think, been at sea for 52 days, and hopefully next 2 or 3 days we shall be back at Whitehills. So there we are, just ghosting very, very slowly with 7 panels set, but hoping that this breeze picks up a little bit. Well, we did have a look at the island of Fulla on the west side of Shetland at the beginning of the voyage, so now we're near the end. We may as well have a look at the island of Bressay on the east side. Not quite as impressive as Fulla, but those cliffs there are quite neatly carved out of the rock, making some very nice patterns with the sunlight and shadows. And then if we continue down to the south, there's Sumber Head, and somewhere beyond there, haven't picked it up yet, is Fair Isle. Then the Orkneys, and the Moray Firth, and then home, if you like, Whitehills, which hopefully will just be another couple of days. Well, here we are, safe and sound, back in Whitehills. We got in at 6:30 the evening of Thursday the 28th of August. The statistics for the voyage, noon to noon positions totaled 3,332 miles. We're at sea for 55 days, so average pretty much exactly 60 miles a day. But that's straight line, that includes windward work, hanging on and off islands, being becalmed, and so on and so forth. So given that we spent a lot of time in the Arctic high, that was I think a reasonable average speed, not that speed is of that much importance. In the 55 days we didn't encounter one gale, no seriously heavy weather, so the Jordan series drogers remained tightly packed in its bins, which is the best place for it. The boat actually looking much cleaner than when I left, because having been doused day after day with seawater, it scoured it beautifully clean, because it still had all the muck and grime and dust from the boatyard on it, and all the boat building work done on it. So it's just looking very bright and spry at the moment. Pretty much no structural damage, just a few minor problems with batten ends, which would be easily fixed. Master's looking good. Unfortunately, over the next day or two I've got to start taking it all to bits, which is always a sad moment, ready for lifting out in a couple of days' time and putting on a trailer for taking back down south. There's the Whitehills Harbour office over there. So this will be as long as I don't walk backwards into the water here, the last video clip for this 2014 voyage, which actually I think has been for me the best and the most satisfying voyage I've made. A, because of all just the shape of the voyage, the things we saw and experienced were fascinating and in many cases amazing. Had a very successful third visit to Jan Mayen, but also I think for me it was also very satisfying doing it in this boat. There's a lot more of me and my ideas and my hard work. I mean, best part of 2.5 years of relentless rebuilding work in the boat. So sailing a boat in which you put a lot more of yourself into is always more satisfying than just sailing something off the shelf, as it were. I was delighted with the way the rig worked, very easily handled and quick. I was delighted the boom gallows there, which was one of the innovations, was a great boon, no pun intended. The observation pod was just fantastic. That's far and away the best thing I've done. It just made life so much more comfortable in a sense that any weather whatsoever I could get 360 vision from inside the boat. That was great. So yeah, all in all, a very satisfying and successful voyage.